7 offices hit, meetings had, which is phenomenal. I would love for you all just to throw out a couple of words that you heard in your office meetings.
Consider that.
Consider that? I didn't know that.
Budget.
Sounds reasonable. Sounds reasonable. Budget. Anything else?
Thank you for what you do. Hey.
Yes, thank you for what you do. And I will just say that I want to thank Cassie for the kind words in introducing me, and quite frankly, the California Association of Health Facilities was one of the very first opportunities that I had to feel like I was a legislator with purpose and intention. I came into the legislature in 2021 and joined Yvonne along with Alan and Jeffrey Tong at the Pelican Gardens. I remember very specifically kind of walking up driving up the windy road to Pelican in the middle of a neighborhood and walking across the beautiful entry that they had, looking to my left and seeing a senior in the middle of an occupational therapy session. I remember walking down the hall a little bit further and talking to healthcare practitioners who between them had 50 years of experience and dedication at Pelican. And I remember talking to one nurse who was the primary nurse there, and he just talked about his incredible passion. He told me the stories of some of the people who he'd had the blessing of taking care of. And the most important thing that happened to me, that is just an imprint in my head, is Yvonne and Alan actually, and Jeffrey actually had a graphic of all of the different regulatory agencies that they that you all have to deal with, and literally it was like with all these little zigzags. I thought I was like looking at like a twister board, but in fact I was looking at what you all have to deal with every single day. And certainly what you all do is always very near and dear to my heart. I'm a daughter of a single mother. She is 74 years old and going strong. I'm the daughter-in-law of an 84-year-old woman who will just keep on going, and always on our mind is what will happen in the event that they cannot be independent and be able to be living with us in the way that they are and active. And the thought of having to have the experience of going to talk to people who we would basically give the care to, be partners in care with my elder, my mother, who raised me, made me a strong woman, is probably the scariest thought that I have as a person who has to think about that moment. And I look at you all, and I know that you're on the other side of that conversation for so many of us. So many of us who want to do right by our elders or people with disabilities who need extra care in your skilled nursing facilities. And it just means the world. It means the world to know that you all care as much about those that we love as we do. And so it's not lost on me that conversation happened, probably that visit happened within a month of me taking office. And so all I could do, even as a legislator for the next several weeks and months, was talk about the silver tsunami, about this crazy map of regulatory enforcement that keeps you all, many independent operators, from running a very, very narrow margin, that keeps you all from having to sometimes make decisions about whether or not the work that you do in caring for our community members is something that you can persevere through, or whether you have to think about selling the facility or the property that you are in. I learned about the incredible number of healthcare practitioners, the 10,000 nurses that we need by 2030 in order for you all to have the skilled workforce that you need in order to be able to survive. And I carry that every single day. And now I get to be health chair of the Assembly. And I'm so thankful that that was one of the first opportunities that I got to learn about your work. And so now when we're sitting in this moment where we are facing uncertain times, what is going to happen to Medicaid? How are we going to make sure that we're providing the support that we need to everybody right now? I think about you. I think about the love that you show for the people that you care for. And I think about the struggles that you go through in order to be able to do that. And so I'm thrilled that you went to 87 offices and that you got to tell your stories and you got to make sure that they understood what an incredible asset our skilled nursing facilities are, our healthcare facilities are to our communities. And I hope that you talk to new members and imprinted, or caused them to imprint the way that I was, because the work's only going to get a little bit more challenging, is the reality. And so I'll end my remarks with just shedding more love on you because you need it. And then saying what I always do in these moments in time right now, when I'm with any group of people, which is, these are very uncertain times. These are scary times for those that we love and those that we care for, because we don't have a certain future for what is going to happen with our healthcare funding in the state of California or nationally. And I'm going to ask something of you that I need you to deliver on. Persist. Dig deeper. Fight through the worry. Make sure that your voices are heard. Because when you do that, it gives us the hope and the strength that we need to make sure that we're all taken care of. So thank you for spending your time going to 87 offices, and please enjoy the festivities that you need as a result of being with 87 offices in the state of California. I'm very, very thankful to be able to be health chair, to be able to spend time with you all, and to know that we are all going to be better off because of the work that you do. So thank you.